Potato, you don't happen to have any questions for me, do you?
We got a couple questions, sure.
Awesome.
PJ was wanting to know where your ancestry came from.
Where my ancestors came from?
Mm-hmm.
Um, my father is from Scotland. Actually, really, really recently in my father's history, the family just moved from Scotland. He also has some Native American in him. And my mom has a lot of Native American in her. Let's see. And she's also from Wales, some from Wales. So much Native American actually that it is on my birth certificate. It's not that much actually, but it's like 1/16 or something, and they did list it on there. And as a result, I grow facial hair a lot like a Native American would grow facial hair, which is to say not at all really. Um, and things like that. And I tan really, really well, but I look white as a ghost generally. So yeah, got another.
Sure. Cookboy was asking, how are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I moved into a new apartment as I mentioned, and it is a little bit echoey on the mic. I can hear it. That's kind of disappointing. So aside from that, I'm doing pretty well though. Got another?
Yeah, Robot asked what your views on Christianity were and its denomination.
My views on Christianity and its denominations. Okay. Here's my thing about Christianity. I have no problem with Christians, or I have no problem with Christians. I'll leave it at that. Zero issue. But I feel like it's somewhere around 43% of the country. That statistic may not be right, but around 43% of the country believes that Noah's Ark is a real, literal story that really, literally happened. And that's concerning to me. I would like to bring moderate Christians in to help fight against extremism like that. Extremism of that type. People who believe that the world is 6,000 years old. That's an issue for me. If we can get Christians on our side against that type of ideology, then I'll be happy. So that's generally how I feel about it. Got another?
Yep. Um, this one from PJ again. If you had to be religious or follow a religion, which one would you select?
Um, I think I would probably pick a Christian denomination because I know Christianity the best. I don't know much about Islam. I don't know much about like any Eastern religions or anything like that. I understand Christianity the best. And I know how it works and how to work it. Um, if I had to pick a denomination within Christianity, I would probably pick Methodist because they seem pretty chill generally. I mean, there are some out there that are like really extreme and a problem. But for the most part, I think that I find a lot of really chill, like Methodist denominations and churches. So there you go. And I see somebody asked me, did you observe the holy day of Star Wars yesterday? I'll give an answer to that. I had a good friend of mine get married yesterday on May the 4th. Yes, he did it intentionally because it was Star Wars Day. They had like Mr. and Mrs. blocks that read that way in Star Wars font. It was pretty awesome. So, yeah, I guess you could say that's how I celebrated. I didn't like watch Star Wars or anything, although it's been a while since I've seen Star Wars, and I grew up a really, really big fan of Star Wars, so maybe I should. I actually, I watched all, I watched all three of the originals, like episodes 4, 5, and 6, so many freaking times when I was younger. I can't even count. It was crazy. I watched so many. Um, I was the biggest Star Wars fan. And then episode 1 came out, and it just completely soured my taste for Star Wars. It ruined it. Episode 1 did. So much so that I haven't even... I watched episode 2 and 3. 2 was forgettable, honestly. 3 was decent. It wasn't so bad. 3 wasn't so bad. 7 I haven't seen. Rogue One didn't like. It didn't feel like a Star Wars movie at all. It felt like some BS modern day movie that you just, I don't know. It just felt fake. It didn't feel like Star Wars. I heard 7 was good. I heard 8 was good, and of course people spoiled it. You cannot avoid spoilers, unfortunately. I understand 9 is supposed to be coming out at some point. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't even seen 7 or 8 because I was just so disappointed with all the newer ones. But anyway, do you have one more question for me?
Sure. Nilatak had asked, sort of on topic actually, what's your favorite film?
What is my favorite film? Honestly, I do not watch many movies nowadays. That's kind of tough because historically I've watched like a lot of TV shows and things like that. Not so many movies. I really liked Pulp Fiction. That's usually a safe pick for a good movie. I also liked Django Unchained. I like a lot of Quentin Tarantino, honestly. Quentin Tarantino's pretty good director, pretty good writer. Very profound in many ways. But also very gory. And I feel like the gore is kind of a little bit over the top and unnecessary sometimes. But at any rate, stories are typically pretty good. So, like I said, Star Wars was really, really good. I mean, the first few movies were really great. Really liked those.